Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. This video, we're going to be going over the Archon set mods and how they pertain to Grendel, and talk about which ones he can use and why he can't use the other ones. All right, let's get to it. There's 5 new mods that are going to be coming out. These were accidentally released into the transmute pool and are now no longer available, so they should be coming out next week. The first one that he can't use is Archon Flow. It's an energy max mod, and it's the same as a prime flow, so this would be a direct replacement. If only Grendel could use it. With this mod, each of these mods have an additional trigger, a conditional, that requires you to do something. So with each of the conditionals, say for flow, this one requires an enemy being killed by cold abilities. And enemies that are killed with cold abilities, which Grendel does not have, he's toxin based, and impact, have a 10% chance to drop an energy orb with a cooldown of 10 seconds. So, because of the impact and toxin is what his abilities do, he can't use this. Now, for the next one is Archon Stretch. This would be a very expensive upgrade from Stretch because there is no Prime Stretch. 45% ability range, not strength. Abilities that deal electricity damage over 2 will then cause you to gain 2 energy per second over 5 seconds. No electricity on Grendel's kit, so you can't use it. The next one is Archon Vitality. Status effects from abilities that deal heat damage will be applied twice. This requires a status effect to trigger, and it will double the heat proc. So, because there's no heat on Grendel, he can't use this. Now, let's go to the 2 that Grendel can use without helmets. Abilities that inflict a toxin status will also apply a corrosive status effect. Not gonna lie, because of how Grendel's kit works, the corrosive status effect is iffy. Because of the main way that Grendel deals his toxin damage is through digesting enemies and vomiting them out. The fact that it also has an armor strip on it per second means the full effect of this isn't as great as it should be. But still, for a free additional status, it's pretty good. And this will also transfer to enemies that get vomited on by the feast, and also the last enemy on regurgitate will get the force status proc. So there's still some benefit, but it's not 100 pennies on the dollar. The one that Grendel really can abuse, though, is on his 2. You have the 3 buffs: nourished energy, nourished armor, nourished strike. These are actually pretty effective at casting this. And how you would go about casting it, and I'll show it in a second, is anytime an ability causes you to gain health, restore health specifically, it's not on health regen, because otherwise, like a rejuvenation aura or an arcane grace would trigger this. It is specifically on an ability giving you health directly. So how we would go about this is with Nourish is going to be your main way of triggering this. You would cast Nourish. It would trigger the health regen, or the bonus health on cast. And because we're using Gourmand to constantly have a missing health, you are easily going to be able to gain this bonus. So you would cast Nourish, say it was Nourished Energy, the first one. You would cast it, then rotate. The next ability would have the bonus available to it for 10 seconds. Cast it again, it'll give you health, because Gourmand is constantly taking health away. It would then be boosted. Then you would rotate to the first one, and in 10 seconds, and you would cast it that also. Or you would rotate to the third one, cast it again, and because it's regenerating health each time, then you would go back to the first one and cast that one again. And it would, that way you could have all 3 buffs stacked. This power strength bonus also snapshots on Pulverize. So if you do all 3, and then jump into Pulverize. Pardon. And then jump into Pulverize. It will boost your damage there also, and it snapshot. Pardon. And it snapshots. So keep that in mind if you're running like if you're trying to set up like a combo or anything like that. But let me actually show you the interactions. It's actually pretty cool. So we have no buffs. The buffs are going to appear up here. Okay, so we have Glutton. We're going to cast Nourish Strike, and you see the health regen. It gives us the buff up there for the 30%. And when we cast the next one, every time I regen health, it causes me to get the bonus again. Now, the issue is going to be with that. Now, everything died in one hit, because I had stripped them, and that did about 100k damage. Because of the way Grendel's kit works, for those that don't know, I'll suck in less. Oh, I need health, Lamau. Ding. Okay. So for his 1, it procs the toxin corrosive on every one. Okay. But on his 3, it only procs toxin and corrosive on the last one. See? So there's the AoE on the last one, and that's where you'll get your corrosive procs from. It's not especially good because you want a toxin proc paired with a corrosive proc, but because of the armor strip that's already innate to Grendel, it's not hyper effective. But if you're running the mod anyway, continuity, you might as well put this in. But other than that, Grendel is pretty straightforward and gets to use 2 of the best mods. Like, these are hyper efficient. But anyway, thank you. And enjoy Grendel's upgrade. Have a good day, guys.